Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the IWC Portuguese Perpetual Calendar. This is reference 5034-04. You can see and you can purchase this latest generation rose gold perpetual calendar on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch, with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this gorgeous 44mm rose gold Portuguese perpetual calendar. Now on my wrist, 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see, true to its heritage, this IWC Portuguese Perpetual Calendar is a large watch. I should also mention that these days we're using the German nomenclature, so it is officially the Portugueser once more. Nevertheless, it cuts the same profile as ever. The 44 across the case does not include the crown. In terms of thickness, the watch is reasonable at 15mm despite the complexity and automatic winding. It does have a concave bezel and a generously sloped box section sapphire, so a tight sleeve or dress cuff should ramp up and over this watch in spite of its bulk. It's roughly ramp shaped on its side. Now from lug to lug, it is quite reasonably compact, 52mm across the wrist. You can see well from this profile shot how the lugs are short cropped and sharply downturned, and they do wrap around the wrist. It's almost as though the watch case were curved and cambered. It fits well, and I believe down to 15 centimeters in circumference. A smaller wrist can wear this watch with security and proportion. Now, since the latest year of the Portuguese, when IWC redesigned the entire line, they have been richly appointed with Italian-made Santoni straps, and you can see the signature and the maker's mark of Santoni on this one. It is a butter-smooth calfskin on the bottom and a robust alligator leather on the top. Monotone stitched, folded edges, lightly bolstered down the center to give it body. It features semi-conforming spring bars which create a more coherent look. You can see they close the gap to the flank of the case, and it's paired with a very substantial full rose gold IWC folding buckle, blazoned with the IWC Schaffhausen logo inside and media blasted. It's also polished with a beautifully satin-grained top and a gorgeous polished bevel. It's a beautifully considered buckle, and for those who like to wear their watch a little loose, its mass underneath the wrist counterbalances the watch head and prevents it from moving excessively. The Portuguese, originally conceived during the Art Deco era, still features the same beautifully blended lugs, now a satin-finished case band here contrasting with the polish of the lug hoods and that beautiful concave bezel. You can see the visual transition from bezel to sapphire is gorgeous and gradual, and the sapphire itself encloses many of the traditional Portuguese dial features with quite a few more. Now the dial base is known as Ardoise per IWC, so Ardoise, or sort of a charcoal silver gray with a spectacular sunburst pattern. You can see as I move the watch through the light here just how richly grained and textured it is. It is very dynamic. Now the traditional elements include the rose gold feuille or leaf style hands at center, the railroad track minutes outboard, and you can see the minutes hand is beautifully extended to kiss the minute track. Railroad style, it also features applied rose gold indices and rose gold style Arabic numerals. Again, these elements traditional to the Portuguese. Now the modern refinements come in the form of the 7-day power reserve, and you can see that the 7-day scale is coaxial with the radial date at 3 o'clock. So you have the millennium, the century, the decade, and the year. You have the day, the date, and the month, and you have the moon phase in both the northern and the southern hemispheres. And the wonderful thing about setting this calendar, you'll note there are no pusher correctors on the case flank nor between the lugs. Completely clean and unmarred. This is the Kurt Claus system, invented in-house at IWC and built there. Since the 1980s, one of the best on the market. All functions of the calendar are controlled through the crown, and even better, setting this watch is as easy as setting a Rolex with a date. You simply turn the crown, and every day, date, month, and moon phase indication, and year, I should note, moves in sync, so you cannot accidentally get the day, the date, the month out of sync. You adjust one, you adjust all, and they move in beautiful array. And beautifully arrayed on the case back is IWC's latest generation of the long-serving, oversized, and manufacturer-produced This is now the 50,000 series, which grew out of the 5,000 series. Since 2000, built in-house at IWC, the world's largest family of automatic wristwatch calibers. In many ways, it harks back to the pocket watch calibers that powered the very first Portuguese references in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Now you can see, since 2015, there have been considerable revisions. Still a 5-day power reserve, still bidirectional automatic winding, and still with the signature IWC original Peloton bidirectional winding system. Here you can see one of the traditional weaknesses of the system, which has often been the sedimentation that it can cause in the movement. That's been remedied now with the new ceramic pawls and pawl wheel, and you can see them in black to good effect, producing no sediment. Long-wearing durability has now been engineered in, along with the famed robustness versus shock and efficiency in action. The balance, originally 18,000 vibrations per hour in 2000, now beats at a contemporary 28,800 vibrations per hour, or 4 Hertz. As ever, it features a Breguet overcoil hairspring for concentric beating and resistant to positional or gravitationally induced timing deviation, and you can see free sprung for resistance to shock or vibration induced timing deviation. The screws still beautifully heat blued, not dyed. The system now incorporates twin mainspring barrels, though the power reserve hasn't changed. The move from a single large mainspring barrel to 2 allows a more even torque release throughout the duration of that power reserve for improved chronometric performance. The 54 Joule movement also enjoys 3 ATM water resistance, so this one's protected against splash or inadvertent rainfall, but not for swimming. And when you pull the crown to extremity, it does hack or stop the balance, so you can synchronize the watch precisely to the second. And yes, you will note the coaxial small seconds at 9 o'clock. It does have that function. You can see and you can purchase this IWC Portuguese Perpetual calendar in vibrant rose gold on our website.